that, oh, Michelle took a chance on Barack. Like, first of all, Barack was a Harvard graduate. Okay, he was going somewhere. Damn it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Girlfriends with Girlfriends. My name is Ashley Chantrice, and every week, me and three of my best girls, my homegirls, will be talking about our favorite show, Girlfriends. As you all know, it is finally on Netflix, and we can't help but binge watch it every other week. Why? Because we're stuck in the house because the government sucks and nobody wants to get sick. So, for the 500th time, I am on season 3 now, but today we're going to talk about season 1, episode 12. I have here with me today my co-host. She's fixing her shoes right now, but take a look at Priscilla, aka Miss Prissy. Missy, what's going on, girl?
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up? We miss you.
Somebody, but you know, it's hard out here.
You look like you about to go run some errands. I respect that. Like you about to go pick your kids up from soccer practice.
Christmas, so you know everything's boom, boom, boom. You know, so you know.
We gotta do what we gotta do. It's crazy outside. Next, we have my best friend of about half of my life. I've known her since high school. She's my soulmate in female form, Miss Khadijah Ayanla Phillips. What's going on with the curly hair?
Hello, everyone. Good to see you.
And we are so happy to have you back. We're glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Wear your mask, okay? Everyone wear a mask. No gatherings. You do not want to catch COVID. It is real. She is here, and she will try to take you out. So, wear your mask.
Exactly. If you don't listen to anybody else, listen to her, because she has kept me out of a lot of dangerous situations. We'll talk more about that later. And last but certainly not least, we have a fan favorite, our girl, your girl, everybody's girl, Miss Diamond Bright. What is going on with the red lip and the braids, honey?
This red lip is from last night, and we just gonna I just put a little lip gloss over it. That's what we gonna do for today. Bless and my heart at this big age. Drinking like that.
I'm here for it. You are giving the girls what you were supposed to have gave. You are giving poetic justice.
I am giving you hangover chic. I'm trying to give you hangover chic.
Listen, you wear it well. That's all right. That's all right. You know, hey, we gotta do, as long as it ain't smudged like you've been
right.
Doing good. Right. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. Season 1, episode 12. This is when the ladies and William, who is very much so included in this ensemble, write a list of everything they want in a man. And of course, Toni, everything that was on her list is financial. No surprise there. Joan, I forget what was on her list. Lynn she didn't care. She was like, you can be any race, you can be anything, like it is what it is, free love. William, I forgot what was on his list, but he said she must always be in the mood, like always ready to have sex, which, okay, that's every man. They just want you hot and ready. My question to you ladies is, what is on your list of everything you want in a mate? Khadijah, I'll start with you.
I am more so like Lynn. I am, like she even said, like open to what the universe wants me to receive. That is me. Growing up though, that was not me. Like I was like, he has to be tall, he has to be light-skinned. Like you would, every dude that I dated, you would think was related because they all looked alike. And then the older I got, I was like, so more so like you have to be funny. I have to be able to laugh. I value honesty, and you have to have some kind of integrity. Like I need you to stand on your beliefs, and then I would say just be nice. Other than that, like I'm not. Oh, and you have to hustle. I'm sorry, I cannot with anyone, like if you don't have some kind of drive or some, like you have to be doing something. I can't. If you're sitting at home and I'm going to work every day, I'm going to be like, what are you here for? No. But so I don't really, as far as like looks and everything, no list. I'm just like, just have some values and principles and then we could probably make it work.
Did Toni settle for Greg? Because he didn't have the financial standing that she would have preferred that she wrote down. But like he treated her right and he was nice to her and he was breaking her back. Did she settle because finances were important to her? Remember, she has the Never Going Back to Fresno fund and she's trying to make it as a real estate agent and she's very materialistic and he could not provide those things for her. Like she was paying for dinner most times they went out. Did Toni settle for Greg because he didn't have the finances, but he had everything?
Have a guy that takes care of you, does all these great things. Okay, that's great, right? But if money is the number one thing important to you, at some point you are going to resent this man, you are going to be mad at this man, and the relationship is not going to work. Now, if she says she does want somebody with money, but she's indifferent about it, that's a different situation, right? They can probably get by with how he is, financially. But if the money's the number one thing, at some point you are going to resent your man. You're going to find somebody that does live up to the standards of having a certain lifestyle to be able to provide that lifestyle for you. So we can sit here and be like, no, it's not being cliche. Like if money's really your thing, girl, money's your thing, and you're gonna leave the relationship at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You could try to play yourself and be like, no, he treats me right, whatever. But if that's the only thing that you're looking to, then like Toni, then yeah, girl, she gonna leave it there.
I think Toni didn't necessarily yes, she did. She definitely settled for Greg. But it wasn't to her detriment, though. It was like, okay, girl, like you want a millionaire and you want a person to like be able to provide you all of these things. And I get it because you want to lead a certain lifestyle. So she definitely settled for Greg, but it wasn't like he wasn't about to like get on through his art. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, eventually he's gonna have a little bit of money. But does that mean that she had to make that compromise and that sacrifice for herself in the meantime? You see what I'm saying? Khadijah, what do you think? Do you think Toni settled for Greg? Do you feel like it's okay for a woman, a Black woman especially, to kind of let go of her standards a little bit because that's what society tells us? But like what should we do when the man of our dreams doesn't have everything on our list?
As far as Toni, I could see it as settling if he wasn't trying. Like I feel like he worked. Like he didn't make as much as she would have liked, but he was always going to work where there was odds and end jobs. Like he was trying to at least keep afloat until he took off. As far as like society, it's like, I think we are expected to settle as Black women. I wouldn't even say the word settle, but we are expected to be a little more lax than everyone else. Like we have, like, we got this whole ride or die ingrained in us. So like it's like we're expected to hold our men down and ride through the rough times, which is fine. But like if the rough times are lasting years and there's no change, it's like, okay, where's the end point? Like this is too much. Like the rough times are like, oh, you had a good job, you lost it, you went and found another one. The rough times are not, you got a problem with lying and I'm just supposed to sit here and wait till you learn how to be honest. Like that's, and I feel like that's what's that's what's projected onto us. And if we don't, it's like, oh, then she wasn't meant for you. It's like, no, get your shit together.
Yes, There will be some casualties. Yes, there will. Okay.
There was a topic on Twitter a couple weeks ago, you know, comparing like the Black woman's plight with finding a partner and us wanting to date up, saying that, oh, Michelle took a chance on Barack. Like, first of all, Barack was a Harvard graduate. Okay, he was going somewhere. Damn it. He didn't work at a gas station. Like, it wasn't like she had her doctorate or PhD in nursing and she was just like, oh, I'll take this little skinny big-eared Black man. Like, no, like he was on a track to go somewhere. And I just think, you know, anything that, because I mean, men can say like, oh, I want a woman with a big butt, or I only like this certain type of woman, but yet when a Black woman is like, oh, you know, I would like for him to have a little bit of change, it's like, you go dig it, bitch. Like, I just want to eat more than the Wendy's menu. Like, come on now. First of all, them spicy nuggets do be good. But you know, I want lamb and steak sometimes too. Like, what's so wrong with that? And these are not things that I can't provide for myself. Let's be very clear on that. You know, but yeah, we all know the double standard that it is, because white women have been kept for centuries, yet Black women are like, maybe we want to, and they're like, no.
Man, fuck that. I said what the fuck I said. Period.
Loves you. Like, come on now. Get your scalp oiled. Like, that's one of the most important things when you got to sew in. You got to keep it moisturized, girl. He can't do nothing else.
And a lot of times, you know what? A lot of times these men that are complaining about, you know, women wanting a certain lifestyle, they are the ones that cannot provide these lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make a joke on my show all the time. I call myself Mrs. Bezos. And then there'll be dudes that like, oh, she gonna end up like being with a rich old white man. But it's like, it comes from a place of like, I feel like lack for these men. Like, they are the ones that know that they just cannot give you what you need. So girl, if you want somebody that got money, don't feel bad for that. Like, don't feel bad. Don't let these men make you feel bad for what you want or what you see yourself having.
Not only that, if you did want to date a rich white man or end up with him,
yeah,
and let my sis get
exactly.
How you hating from outside the penthouse and you can't even get in?
You can't even get in. You do find a man that doesn't, you don't have money, that is completely fine too. Like, as long as he's hardworking, he does what he needs to do. A lot of times, sometimes we get in our heads about financial security, right? But if you can provide for yourself, you can provide for the family, and this man can do something, I think that's beautiful too. Because a lot of times you don't find too many good men, right? You don't find too many men that want to respect you. So if you do find someone that can give you all these other beautiful qualities, loyalty, respect, integrity, and he's still ambitious, girl, run with it too, honey. Go with it, because not everything that glitters shines. Okay, or is it something like that? Something like that. Not everything that shines is gold.
We'll take that. I saw the episode where Greg kind of came back and Toni hired him to show up to her house or something, and he got like paint on her duvet cover, and she was like, "That's a $5,000, some outlandish amount." Goals, by the way. And he was like, it's just paint, we'll wash it off. And then like he wouldn't like stay and like still like sleep with her because she made that comment and made him feel bad about, you know, him not being able to buy her another one. She talked herself out of some dick. I know she was mad. I would have been I would have been so upset. What do we think that men have on their list? Like, have you ever dated a guy that maybe you weren't his type per se? Like, what is that interaction like? Diamond, I'll start with you.
I felt like that probably was when I was dating my little Filipino boo. Yes, girl. But I just I don't want to be stereotypical about Asians, but like the stuff that was important to him, like even like I was the dates and stuff that we were going on, they were fabulous. He was taking me around the city. I was seeing shit I had never seen. Like on the days, like he would talk about himself and his pedigree and how many degrees he has and, you know, what's important to him and how he hate women that's on food stamps and like just all like, see, it was the works. It was the works. And at that time, like I was a single mom on food stamps making like $14 an hour. So he didn't know my, you know, financial status. He knew where I worked, but not where I was what I was making. So like when he talking about all this stuff, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I do want to go to a few more of these nice restaurants though. Like, so I'm not gonna tell you just yet. But like, you know, I knew, and I knew very early on, like, I'm not on your list. I don't check none of these boxes on your list, but except maybe that you wanted to date a black girl. And that's it.
That's like a bucket list. That's on some people's bucket list, I feel like. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Like I said, the interaction between Toni and Joan is what I appreciate most, because I think Joan was really trying to tell her, like, look, like, not saying settle, but Greg really cares about you. And this is something or a situation that y'all can kind of build together. And we see how that turned out, because every time Toni got a chance, she like diminished him financially or like emasculated him because he didn't have a lot. And then I think when you settle, because that's essentially what she did, she had a standard and she like pulled back on it because of whatever reason. When you have that and when you're lacking in a certain area, in my opinion, it just opens the door for you to like explore other things. Like we find out later that she ended up sleeping with the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because he had money, he had status, and he had nice watches and things like that. So just be careful, in my opinion, like when you do, well, this is for everybody, like when you do settle and the standard that you have that person doesn't have, like a lot of times subconsciously you'll go after that in other people, and that like completely ruins your relationship, and it hurts you because Greg found out about Clay and we see what he did later. We'll talk. I can't wait to talk about that episode, honey. When Greg was he slept with the girl in Toni's living room. Death. You gonna sit there and cry with a pumpkin in your hand? No, everybody dies in this house today. And I will say that you broke and entered, and I shot you both in the kneecaps because y'all in here fucking in my house. No, ma'am.
It's just appalling. It sickens me. I woke up this morning, I was so in a rage about what they are doing.
Khadijah, what do you think about that? Like, when you actually, like the one time that you do like relax your standards, do you think that it's easier or harder for you to seek that in another person and you end up like stepping out?
Yes, I think you do. Because as you know, back in the day, Khadijah was a cheater. I would cheat on you but not without warning. And you so here's the thing. I liked loyalty. Big thing, like, do not cheat on me. Because if you cheat on me, I'm going to go cheat on you. That's just what happens. So, and it wouldn't even be on purpose. It would be like, so I forgave you for cheating. And so I've laxed that. So now I'm looking for somebody else. Essentially, like, I'm not trying to cheat to hurt you. It's just you hurt me. And now, so my eyes have been like, and so you're tainted now. So somebody else comes along and he's nice and he's talking right, then he's just gonna cheat on you. So yes, that will cause you to step out in all kinds of different ways. Just me personally, I will go cheat. I don't do that anymore now. I just leave. But college, high school, it's like, you cheat on me now, I gotta cheat on you. It's just eye for an eye.
That's in the Bible, so God ordains it. It's fine. I also think from just rewatching this episode, like Joan was so like on top of this list, like she felt like she was manifesting her dream man. And then when Greg came back around, it was like, girl, this man likes you. Like, just go for it. Ooh, this is also the episode where we meet Sean. Y'all know how I feel about Sean. I want to fight him.
This is Sean. This is when Sean pops up, and she almost ran him away because she was too on top of the list. Like, she's like, well, no. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, you on the list, like, she wanted somebody to accept her for her, but it's like, no, homegirl, you got some changes you need to make because you do too much. So there's a thin line between that. I think she ran him away. She wanted to control the situation. Like, he gave her his card, and she was like, no, that's not how this works. Here's my card. You call me. And he never called her. And she was sitting at home like, why isn't he calling me?
And Maya told her, Joan, you did come on a little strong a lot. Like, what did she say? She was like, I gotta go home and leave put a cute message on my answer machine. Somebody gonna be calling me. That is so early 2000s. Like, who even records voicemails anymore? But that just, it dates it. But yeah, I forgot that this is the episode that we meet trash ass Sean. I can't wait to talk about him. That episode gonna be long, honey, because he can get these hands to this day for how he did Joe. Fuck that. Khadijah, we would have jumped him.
Yeah, he would have got jumped. We were good at rolling up and confronting men.
We make house calls.
That's what we did. And it was all in the name of cheating. See? I can't handle that. That's the one thing on my list you cannot do to me. That destroys me mentally, emotionally. Now I'm looking at me like, what's wrong with me? And it's just too much. It's just too much. Loyalty is huge.
Like Diamond said, respect and loyalty. Period.
Man, fuck that. I said what the fuck I said. Period.
I think he just seemed a little more like calm and laid back. I like that for Joan because she was so wound up. Like, this is one of the episodes where they broke the fourth wall and she was like, we have a winner. He has everything on my list. Oh my God, my husband. Like, what's that meme I posted? Like, anytime a man says hi to Joan, she show up in her wedding dress. Like, girl, calm down. But no, Initially, I liked Sean for Joan. I felt like he tried to control her too much, especially when it came to, like, what did he tell her? You can't go to Davis's restaurant anymore. When he tried to get her to move to New York, just right when she got off the plane, him being a sex addict and then not being good at sex. Like, what sense does that make? Like, what were you doing all this time when you were sleeping with hundreds of women, like just doing push-ups? Like, so yeah, Sean was trash. I can't wait to talk about him more. But in the beginning, I did like him for Joan because I felt like he balanced her out a little bit. I just think he went about it the complete wrong way. Like, Diamond, what is the difference between compromise and settling?
Is a loaded question. Oh my God. So, like, I guess, like, settling is like buckling down with something that doesn't serve you. Like, settling is keeping a man that cheats because you financially stable. Settling is it's a compromise. I guess I'll go to compromise. Like, you work 40 hours this week, I'll work 40 hours the next week. That, stuff like that to me is compromise. Or like, you don't want me having these kind of male friends, you get rid of your female friends. Not get rid of, not be possessive like that, but you want these compromises is more like boundary setting. I won't cross these boundaries with you. You won't cross these boundaries with me. Settling is like making excuses for something negative in a relationship. Well, he does this, so it's okay that he does that.
Settling is he know where home is.
He know where home is. Absolutely. You know, I spoke to you about that earlier, Ashley. I almost had to say that yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, bless
Yeah.
my. That,
If you've ever caught yourself saying or thinking or feeling
then it's
that,
time to go. It's time for me to ride.
right, it's time to go.
Time to go.
Right. Priscilla, what do you think? What's the difference between settling and compromise when it comes to choosing a partner?
To settling, it's something where it completely alters the way you think, the way your relationship is, like how you guys move, right? But when you're compromising, it's just like finding ways to come to a middle ground, if that makes sense. Because that's a really deep question, like Diamond said. Like there's so many ways to like think about it, but like compromising for me is just like, just coming to a middle ground, things that aren't really, going to change the way you think about your partner, right? Like Diamond said, like when it comes to settling, some people might be like, oh, well, he gives me back massages, so it's okay if he cheats. He makes $1 million. So it's okay if he does A, B, and C, D, right? Compromising, like I said, for me would be like, okay, he doesn't take out the garbage on Tuesdays every day at 7:00, like I asked him to, but he takes it out at 9:00. For me, that's a compromise. Okay, he's still doing what he needs to do. He's just not doing it the way you want him to do it, right?
I don't know how y'all do shit where you from, but let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we don't do shit like that.
I agree. Can I just say in this episode, I was living for Maya because when they went to the art gallery, she was like chasing the waiter, like, would you come back with the mini pizzas? Like just there for the free food and the open bar. She was like, it's time to go. The bar just went cash. I'm like, I know that's right, bitch. You better show up and get all the free food. Like, I love the fact that Maya was just herself. Like, even when she was with her rich, bougie friends, like, she was just like, yo, like, free food and drinks. Like, what more do you want? Lynn ass over there looking at a triangle painting. Like, girl, what are you staring at? This is not deep. Like, Lynn had me cracking up in this episode because what did Toni say? We're going. She was like, we're all going. The question is where. Like, you got that from this paint, this triangle?
Like, what? Okay, you can laugh now. Actually, you laughing now, but let me tell you, sometimes when you look at a paint too long, you start seeing things. You start seeing past this universe. You be like, damn, like there's aliens here right now in this room. Okay, y'all come for Lynn. She's probably on psychedelics, but that's another story for another day.
And then I saw how it affected everyone and was like, oh, the world needs this? Oh, let's do 8 of these. Like, let's keep going.
Yeah. It's definitely high, but you're right. Everybody interprets art in their own way, which is why I would have been Maya chasing the waiter for the mini pizzas and leaving when the bar went cash. Like, who finna be paying for these drinks? You know how much drinks are in LA? Like $30 for a rum and coke. Who finna do that? How do we feel about Joan just really chasing after Davis and like wanting him to like pursue her, but her trying to control the pursuit? Like, Khadijah, have you ever been in a situation where you really like a guy and you really like want him to like want you, but he's just like, his personality is so laid back that you kind of have to like pull that out of him? And I think Maya made a really good point to her when she was like, you want him to chase you, but you're trying to control the chase.
There was this boy named Jonathan, and I wanted Jonathan. So I was in love with Jonathan, and Jonathan just did not like me. I don't know what it was. Jonathan didn't like me. That's the first time that like somebody did not like me. And I'm like, why doesn't he like, when I tell you, like I used to follow him in the hallway. He lived like in the same apartment complex as one of my cousins. I would go over there like, hi, Jonathan. Jonathan literally ran from me one time. He was like, leave me alone. I'm like, but just like me. So like, I think it's more so like, I don't think she had came across somebody who didn't want her. And so when that happens, you're like, oh no, you want me. You just need to get to know me better. Like, so you're trying to control it. Like, no, you need to know me. Like, come back here. Cause you like me. There's no way you don't like me. Like, it's an ego thing at that point. So I feel like she just, and we know how controlling Joan is with everything, and everything has to be perfect. So I think she just she couldn't deal with somebody, like when he didn't call her, she's like, what do you mean you're not gonna call me? Like, I gave you my number, you know what to do with it.
I'm so glad we have like texting now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I just felt like it would have been hell dating in the 90s, like waiting for a man to call you and then you risk missing that call because they got to leave a voicemail. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it would have been hell. Like or like imagine having to get in touch with somebody by paging them. Like I'm so glad technology has progressed, cuz who finna walk around with this pager? Yeah, I mean, Joan was doing the most as usual, but that's why we laugh and that's why we love her. I did think it was interesting how she switched up her approach, and I find a lot of women try to be who they think that man wants. You know what I mean? Like she showed up and was like, "Oh, I need help finding a painting. I'm such a girl." Like she felt like, "Okay, I'm coming on too strong. Let me just show up and be a complete airhead, damsel in distress, and maybe that might make him want me." But it's like he was looking at her like, "Girl, like what are you doing? It's only been like 2 days. Like relax." So, I don't know, Diamond, how do you feel about her, like how she took that advice and how she just completely switched up her character because she felt like that's who he wanted?
To not necessarily, I would not say necessarily to get, but to keep my guy. Like I've been like, okay, and it's really advice from other women too. Like it's the you can't, don't be so, don't put him down, don't yell at him all the time, don't.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
So I have you gotta you are advised to stroke their ego. So her doing that was like, stroking his ego. You are advised to you gotta make them feel like the man. That's what you taught. But now again, I'm talking about this big age. At this big age, like F them people. Like listen, because I can act like that for a time, but my true colors gonna show, and then you gonna leave. So so ain't no point in me acting like the damsel in distress, or like if you do something messed up to me, or like if like, and I get advice from somebody to make you feel okay about it, or make you feel like, no, I'm not doing that, or I'm not, like, even to meet a guy, like I'm not, even I do have a Hinge profile, and it don't say anything that is not unlike me. Like I drink, I cuss, I'm a mama, single, like I don't always say I make X amount of money, but I work, I got my own shit, like, I'm not playing a damsel in nothing ever again. I have though, but it's just, it does. I ain't gonna even say it don't work. It works for a time till your true colors come out. And if you can't, if you can't handle me in my fat Gucci, you can't handle me in my clone Gucci.
I was just gonna say clone Gucci. I'm glad you said. No, yeah, the damsel in distress definitely works when I don't want to put air in my tire or gas in my car or take it to get an oil change. Like I'm just like, what carburetor? Do I pour the oil on top? Like, what do you mean? Like you have to play that act as a woman when you don't want to do something. Absolutely. But when it comes to like the pursuit, in my opinion, like that's when you just kind of fill out the other person and see what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't come on too strong and he runs away from you like our friend Jonathan. He's probably still running because he's traumatized. But you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it's definitely a cat and mouse game, but you gotta kind of have a feel for the other person. Like you can't just be so reactive and anticipate their move, and it's like a game of chess and it's just like too many games, So yeah, Joan was doing the most, but what else is new? She got Sean eventually. I mean, he was trash, but she got what she wanted, and that's why you shouldn't settle. That's the difference between settling and compromising. Khadijah, were you saying something?
I was gonna say Jonathan likes white girls. That was it. I felt so
Oh,
much
that's
better when
always
I
why.
figured that out. It was he likes white girls. He didn't date black girls. So I was like, oh, it's not me. It's you. And I felt better.
Right, right. Dodge the bullet with that one. He's running into the arms. Well, he was running to the. Ooh, I ain't gonna say that.
But
I'll tell you
cheerleader. She was a little blonde cheerleader girl. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because I'm still bad. It's okay.
Period. All right, y'all. That's all the time we have today. We hope you enjoyed our discussion about season 1, episode 12, The List of Girlfriends. We love this show. This is a safe space for all of us to just get on here every week and talk about our experiences and our observation as grown women watching this show 20 years later. The storylines, the discussions, the fashions. Shout out to Mara Brock-Akil. Shout out to everybody who supports us on Instagram. Everything Girlfriends, all about Tracy has been amazing. All of the fan pages on Instagram that support us and that contribute to, just the discussion around the show that we love so much. Shout out to Mara Brock-Akil. Shout out to Golden Brooks. She follows us. Reggie Hayes, always, having conversations with us, liking our content. We appreciate all the subscribers. Everybody who likes our videos, like, comment, and subscribe. Get in the comments, talk about your standards and anything that you kind of wanted to add to the discussion. Thank you to my co-host, everybody who comes on here with me every week and just has a key with the girlfriends. We're not drinking liquor today. I had a latte because I'm kind of drunk from last night, but that's neither here nor there. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.